Hi, everybody. This is a quick video to show you how to complete the source annotation discussion on ethical use of information, which is your week 2 assignment. We are going to be collaboratively annotating sources, and by that I mean highlighting specific sections of the source and then commenting on those sections, posting comments, replying to each other's comments, having our discussion within that space of looking at a source together and commenting on it and relating it to our own experience and to the course content this week. If you haven't annotated a source before, which just means highlighting it, taking notes, things like that, definitely watch the video. I actually encourage you to watch the video even if you do have experience annotating a source before. This was a video created by SBCC students and an English professor several years ago. It's pretty short. I encourage you to watch it. It's basically an explanation of active reading, which will be really important for this assignment. So there are 5 articles to choose from for this assignment. You need to read 2 of them. You can choose any 2. In the Perusall tool we'll look at in a moment, each article is called a part. So you just choose 2 of the 5 parts, and you're going to post 2 comments on each of the 2 articles you read, and then reply to at least 3 comments posted by your classmates. So if you want to take a look at the articles before going through to Perusall, you can do that. I've included links to them here. You can also print those out from the links and then mark them up by hand if you want to do that before posting your comments in Perusall. Once you post your comments in Perusall, everyone will be able to see them and reply back to you. So if you want to engage with the article a little bit on your own first, that's totally fine. And then when you do post the comments, I have some guidelines for what types of comments you should post and what you should highlight, because I want you to really think about relating the piece of the text that you're highlighting to what you're going to say, not just highlighting a random part of the text. And then your comments should answer these 3 questions: how the points in the source relate to your own ideas and what you think about the ethical use of information, how the information provided in the source relates to other sources you've encountered this week. So that can include the other article you read. It can also include the videos and tutorials from this week's course content. And then finally, what sections of the text are confusing to you? What would you like to learn more about? Maybe you're curious what your classmates think on a particular point, or perhaps a classmate can help you figure out what a particular passage means if that's difficult to understand, that kind of thing. So I want you to address each of these 3 questions in some way. In at least one of your comments. You do not have to address them all in every single one of your 4 comments or your replies. And then for your reply, do something substantial, relate it to another source, be specific about how you agree or disagree, ask questions, answer questions. Don't just simply say, oh, great comment. Yeah, I agree with that. I'm looking for a little bit more substantial discussion. So that's what we're going to be doing, and we will be doing it through this tool called Perusall. When you get to this point in the instructions, you will see the logo text for Perusall here. I'm not seeing it because I'm in the pretend student view, but when you click on that, you will get to this page that also includes the assignment instructions, same ones that are in Canvas. And then it includes each of the 5 articles in a different part or section. So again, you only need to read 2 of the 5. You can choose any of them. You don't have to go in order. You can start with number 5, however that works for you. So I'm just as an example going to go to number 3, an article called How to Be Original in South Korea, that talks about cultural differences in how plagiarism is viewed. And let's say I want to comment on this section that talks about the banking model of education. So I can Oops, having a little trouble highlighting only the section I want. If you run into that, it might be because it's a link. Hopefully it will let me highlight this much. It won't let you highlight a whole page or whatever, but it looks like it's letting me highlight that. And I could post my comment. I'm just going to say, I grew up with the banking model of education and and then I would go on to say what my experience was or how this relates to my experience or what resonates for me about this article or how I want to relate it to other course content. And then I can post my comment. And then once it's there, anyone else can see my comment. If I go to a different section of the text, it will disappear. If I click on that highlighted part, you can see my comment again and you can post a reply to that comment. So that's the mechanics of what I'm asking you to do. Please let me know if you have any questions or if any of this is unclear. I'm happy to help. We can jump on a Zoom meeting in real time and I can walk you through it in real time. Or we can communicate by email or whatever works for you. But I just wanted to provide a little bit of guidance. One other thing I'm going to show you is if you scroll down to the bottom of the assignment information in Canvas, there's a rubric for what I'm going to be looking for when I grade your posts.